Hey, it's Kesha, and here we are with another video, more keys to your kingdom. You'll see by the title of this video, we are talking again on health, healing, and weight loss. This is a bit of an addendum to the first video. It was already at 40 minutes, and I just didn't want to go that much longer. So these are some other things that I wanted to share that are going to be, they're important parts of a weight loss journey. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. So the first topic that I wanted to just touch on briefly is movement. You have got to move your body, not just because you need to be burning calories. You also want to be building muscle. Muscle consumes more calories than fat, though on the scale it weighs a little more, but that's offset by the fact that muscle is a denser, has a denser formation, so it's leaner than fat is bulky. So yeah, you'll need some movement, and it can be anything. And I truly recommend that you start small and then progress. This isn't the time to go from being a couch potato to I'm going to run a marathon. There are those people out there, and power to them. But if we're talking about true lifestyle changes, not just temporary changes to look great for a particular event, but a healthy lifestyle that includes you being at your natural weight, then you need to engage in more natural forms of exercise, things that you can do readily and easily that you enjoy. And starting small is the way to enter that. And walking is top of the list, absolutely, for sure. A short walk, 5 minutes a day, every day, is a great way to get started, because 5 minutes will turn into 10 minutes as you start to feel better and enjoy it. 10 minutes will turn into 20 as you again enjoy it. So that's a great way to start, and you could walk off pounds easy. I mean, that's like I said, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Right now in my particular journey, I am finding that yoga is the path. And I started with 5 minutes a day, a couple of days a week. That moved to 5 minutes a day every day. Then it was 10 minutes a day. I got up to 20 minutes a day, and then an extended practice once a week. And then it was a extended practice twice a week. And now I'm at anywhere from 5 to 40 minutes every day, and then an extended practice once or twice a week. And it just seems to keep building. The more I do it, the more I need. And there's always something, it always makes me feel good, regardless of what type of yoga I'm practicing. If you can swim, swimming is like running. And so is particularly fantastic. Again, it's movement. Whatever you can do that gets the blood moving, gets you breathing, and gets you out of stagnant positions, that's going to be helpful. So yeah, got to take on movement. Movement's going to increase your breathing. That's pretty important. And as a general rule, we tend to take shallow breaths, and then we tend to stop our breath whenever we get stressed. So breathing more helps move the energy within us, and the things that got stuck when we held our breath, those things can move out more easily as we engage in different breathing practices. And on breathing, it can be as simple as, if you're engaging in physical activity, then you're going to be getting your heart rate up. You're going to be breathing a little bit heavier. That's great. It could be the simple thing of just remembering to take a deep breath from time to time. Like I could use one now. So let's do that. Again. I wasn't joking when I said I needed it. Oh, the difference in how I feel. Man, oh man. Yeah, breathing's important. Don't stop doing it. Do more of it. Next to that, if you are going to engage in a breathing practice, say whether it's box breathing, where you're breathing in for a count of 4, holding for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 4, and holding for a count of 4, or alternate nostril breathing, moving in and out, or in, out, in, out on either side. All of those things helps clear the mind, helps clear the stress, which the stress will be the thing that keeps you from wanting to do movement, will keep you from wanting to eat right, will keep you from wanting to go to bed. These breathing techniques helps decompress you from the stress and gives your body and mind space to become its new self. So any breathing technique that you take on, any focused breathing technique that you engage in is going to be helpful in this regard. Next to that, of course, is going to be any type of mindful practice, whether that's meditation or chanting or visualization. Those things are sometimes used interchangeably, but they are in fact very different. Meditation is quieting the mind. Chanting is creating a vibration within the self to either bounce out what's in or call in what you want. Visualization is helping you see yourself as you want to be. Studies have shown that visualization is nearly as effective as actually being the thing. A famous study they did with basketball shooters was that they had a control group that did nothing. Group A practiced free throws on a court with a basketball, and Group C simply sat and were asked to visualize themselves shooting a basketball and shooting free throws. Group A saw no change. They were the ones who were just doing nothing. But the difference really, or what was impressive, was the differences between groups B and C, and that there was virtually no difference. I think it's, Group B was scoring, 10 out of however many, and Group C is scoring 9. Like, they're very close. So they say see it and to believe it. That is true, but it's also believe it to see it. But in this case, visualization works. So see yourself as your healthiest form. I mean, those of us who are looking to lose weight, we already have an idea in our mind of what we want to look like, or quote unquote should look like. We want to drop the should, but if your idea is to engage in these practices to make in the physical the body that you see in your mind, visualization, meditation, chanting are also ways to help you accomplish that. Because I mentioned movement and I mentioned walking, you might be on a treadmill, but anytime you can get outside and get some sunlight, you need sunlight. It's, if sunlight can make the plants grow, it makes us grow too, because we're nothing but a complicated little plant. So getting sunlight is valuable. I know there's a lot of talk about sunscreen, and and sunscreen, yes, is important, but you also need, your eyes need the sun's rays to help to synthesize the vitamin D, and you also need to absorb those rays on your skin. So I'm not saying spend 8 hours a day every day in the sun, be judicious, but a little bit of sun, and also be safe. Do wear sunscreen. Kind of have to balance the two and use your best common sense. The last one I want to talk about, and the only reason it ends up being last is because when I made the list, I didn't think about it. It was only until when someone else mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, right, that. And of course, if you know me, this thing is going to be sleep. My sleep hygiene is ridiculous. So do not follow do what I say, not what I do, because I'm still working this out. I know people want to glorify, I can get by on 6 hours of sleep. No, not really. You will do better with 7 to 8. Sleep is when you need time to recalibrate and reinvigorate yourself and be refreshed. That's what it is for. And if you were trying to lose weight, this is going to blow your mind, but sleep is when it happens. Your body needs that time of rest to truly process all of the activity that you've done, both in terms of putting to use the nutrients that you've absorbed through your better diet, your improved diet. The muscle repair that happens, in the actions of muscle repair, it's throwing off the dead cells and the fat cells that have burst during your time of physical activity. So that debris is taken away and processed. And so, yeah, sleep is when the magic happens, and we lose that opportunity and lose a little metric on our progress when we don't give ourselves the option for sustained quality sleep. So I am working on this. Right now I'm somewhere going to bed between 1 and 3 a.m. and I usually get up between 7 and 8. So not quite enough. I can do better. I'm trying to get to bed between 12 and 1. So that's something I'll be working on over the next few weeks. Just trying to get a better rhythm established. So yeah, sleep. And there have been a lot of different aspects that we've talked about over these 2 videos now. And the thing that you want to remember is, especially if you're incorporating a new process, go slow. And don't beat yourself up if you mess up the regime. It's something new. You're still, incorporating these things. And also know that your progress is going to be enhanced or reduced by how consistent you can be. Consistency really is key. And so if that means making one adjustment and letting that hold space before making the next adjustment, then that's what I would certainly counsel you to do. It's great, and I think it's so ambitious of us to create a whole new rubric for how we're going to approach life, whether it's hard 75 or soft 75, and I'm going to do this now, and then find that we haven't adjusted our thinking and our lifestyle enough to accommodate all of these new changes, and it becomes so overwhelming that we give up, especially if we're not seeing progress right away. And so because consistency is so important, starting small is the way to go. And I really think that's why my yoga practice this time around has been so consistent. Many of you know, I've mentioned it 1,000 times, I'm in the middle of a self-prescribed yoga challenge. I think I'm on like day 110 something, 120 something. And I didn't wake up one day from not being active at all to suddenly I'm going to do yoga every day for a year. It started with me doing yoga for 5 minutes a day, a few days a week. And look at me now, right? So there's that. And I think that is going to wrap us up for this particular video. I do want to come back and revisit some of these topics a little more in depth, like the one on juicing. Want to go over that, like specifically just juicing, how I do it, what I've learned over the 20 years of doing it. We're going to do a video on meditation for sure. Got something planned for breathing. So some of these we're going to touch on again, but I think this gives you an idea of the type of rubric you can create for yourself, the things you want to be looking at, and where you begin to make those minor adjustments. I definitely believe that the biggest change happens on the margins. It's little changes here and there that make all the difference. And hopefully these have been some helpful ideas to move you in the right direction. So I will see you soon in our next video, and I will love you in the meantime. Bye.